All right. Hi, Sarah. This is one
Hi,
of my clients, Sarah, and she is expecting due the end of June. So tell me a little bit about what life was like before working with me.
Okay, so life it was hard not knowing why I wasn't getting pregnant. The doctors couldn't give me anything but, oh, you're fine, you're healthy, everything checks out. So of course I'm reading into every little thing I can find online. I didn't get into too many books because I'm just not a book person, but I've heard of a couple that a lot of women had recommended. Um, and then, we just tracked, with everything, did the use of tracking tools, the apps, looked into the fertility cleanse and diets from just what I found online, and tried to supplement with those. Like I cut back on drinking alcohol and try to drink more water and that sort of thing. But I still had this, anxiety and fear that it just wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I joined some Facebook groups and then came across yours, Katie, and yeah.
And the best was yet to come, right?
Exactly.
So how long had you guys been trying?
Okay, so we tried for, it'll be 3 years in October when we found out we were pregnant. So before that, we had sort of tried after we got engaged for maybe like 8 months to a year, and nothing happened. So we just didn't try, but did not try.
Yeah.
We just thought, well, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll try when we get married. So nothing happened, and we're like, all right, well, so when we got married, we started trying like right away, like we were ready to start our family and grow our family, and it just wasn't happening. Previous relationship when I was younger, I'm 33 right now, but when I was younger, before I got married, before I'm with my husband, which we've been together for now 8 years, I wasn't very careful. I would I would have liked to have kids, but at the same time, and I was probably, my subconscious mind was, oh, you're not ready. Although and we weren't careful, but it just wasn't happening. So it was kind of in the back of my mind, like maybe there's something wrong. Maybe I can't have kids. So then, when I became a nanny, the mom inspired me by her kids were, she had them by egg donor. So I looked into that and I decided, well, I'm gonna donate my eggs, and just, it's kind of more like a clarification too. I'm doing something for somebody else as well as making sure that I'm healthy. So it's a win-win. And everything was good. They said my eggs were great. And of course, I don't know whether or not they worked out for somebody else, but hopefully they did. But I know they called me back, so I would assume that they worked out.
That's awesome. That's so
Yeah.
cool. How many
So
did you donate?
I did it twice for two families, so I have no idea how many eggs they took. I'm sure they told me. I just can't remember.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So,
Very cool.
yeah, my husband has a 13-year-old son, so we knew that he was capable, and of course we had him checked out too.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like some things, like went and saw my OB. I did it's like a long word, but I cleared my tubes, make sure, did the dye through the tubes, make sure they weren't blocked. I did that. Trying to think if I did anything else.
You did a lot.
Yeah.
You did a
Yeah.
lot. You tried really hard.
Yes.
So if you had to pick one thing, like what was the worst part about all of just struggling, like the whole struggle? Like what was the worst thing about it?
The thing that I can just put my finger on is just not knowing, like feeling like I was never going to be a mom. Like that was what just tugged at my heart, and just,
Yeah.
yeah, because that's something I've always wanted to be, like ever since I can remember. And, it's just having a hard time to accept, well, maybe if this is what God had planned for me, at least I have my stepson, and that's what my husband would say. Well, at least we have Nathan. I'm like, yeah, well, it's not, he has a mom,
Yeah.
it's different if he didn't have a mom and I was his mom, but I'm just a bonus mom. And
Yeah. Well,
so,
plus the whole experience of carrying the child and the delivery and like all of that, on top of it.
yeah, having the babies, raising them on your own, like not having that other circle of, you know,
Influence, yes.
co-parent. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally
Not
get
having
it.
to, not having to, trade holidays or just, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So, without getting too specific, what do you feel like were the key components of the things that I taught that helped you to become pregnant?
well, for me, it was like I was already healthy as far as like what I ate. We cooked a lot at home. Um, certain foods, like started doing more organic foods, kind of learning more about how to eat clean, not using like olive oil when cooking. So we just, now we supplement with coconut oil all the time. So that's something that we still continue to do. And um but it was the mindset thing for that I struggled with, that I felt like I needed help with. And I'm not someone to do a diary, so that just didn't click for me. Like even though I wanted it to and I tried, it just, for me it was just repetitive affirmations to myself, and my little photo collage of children from my family, baby pictures of my parents, my grandfather, my siblings, David's picture, his brother, but just things that just kind of help me like um, picture having, our
Hmm.
baby. And I feel
Sparking the
like,
imagination.
yeah, trying to
Yeah. Hmm.
envision it. And yeah, just being more positive, like believing that it will happen and that I will be a mom. Even though I would say it sometimes, I still in the back of my head had doubts
Yeah.
and fears. And I think finally when I put that aside, and I actually went to a women's encounter with my church. And so they had like steps that you took, and like things about forgiveness and fears and stuff like that. And like you wrote it down, and then we talked about it, and um, ended up like throwing it in a little fire afterwards or whatever. And that was something, to forgive myself for having that fear and to let that go and to trust in God. And that really helped, and just had a lot of prayer. And I even think at that point, I probably was pregnant. I just gotten pregnant at that encounter. Um, so happened my friend who is also my coworker, a baby shower that weekend that I ovulated. So I don't know if it was just like good juju.
That's awesome.
um, but yeah, it was just like a freeing thing. Like, although I wish it was for me, like it felt good doing it for somebody else. Full, I mean,
I'm
am I
losing, I'm
frozen?
losing, I'm losing you again.
I
Okay.
know. I noticed your screen was frozen.
Yeah. So, oh, sorry. So the baby shower.
Yeah. So the baby shower, rather than being resentful for her, it felt good to like do it for her, and that she was very grateful for it, because she didn't have a lot of family or a lot of friends. And her firstborn, she didn't even have a baby shower because she didn't know anybody. So it felt really good to do that for her. And I believe that weekend I conceived, or
That's,
soon after that.
that's awesome.
um, but yeah, and she even like was very positive and encouraged me to be, you know, she'd tell me, oh yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. Like it's, and you did it too.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, just finally like letting go and believing it was going to happen. And I will be a mom and I am healthy and it's,
which it is really hard to do that. You need
after so many months trying. Yeah.
you need the support and the know-how to do that,
Yeah.
So,
and of course I hear it from my mom, but it just like, it's like, yeah, you're supposed to say that, like,
yeah,
it took me, I need more than that.
Yeah. You need a definitive.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Very cool. So how is life now that you're pregnant and having a baby and next week finding out what you're having? Like how has things changed? Work life, like your social life, your just the way you feel every day. Are you able to sleep better? Like
definitely am adjusting. My body's adjusting. My body's like, what is going on? So I'm definitely more of like an on the go person where my body's like, yo, you need to calm down, like slow down. So that's been an adjustment, is just slowing down. And then just not eating the usual foods I'd usually eat, like vegetables. Like I love vegetables. And right now I'm like, not really doing it for me. I love fruit. I've been eating a lot of fruit and carbs.
Your body will tell you what you need. So
yeah. So just been listening to my body and slowing down a bit and just taking it all in, trying to be grateful, trying not to complain. And we're super excited. Our family and friends are really excited for us. I haven't missed drinking or anything like that. Like it doesn't even come to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
And hopefully, my first test results, my blood work, they stored it improperly, so we weren't able to find out sooner the sex of the baby. So I had to redo it.
You have to wait longer.
Yeah.
Well, soon enough, you'll know. So,
yeah.
So exciting. And so one last thing, what would you recommend to others if they were in your shoes, like on the fence about joining the program? What would you say to them?
I mean, I would say do it. And I honestly, like I've been saying, like thought I would never get pregnant. I thought, okay, this program's going to help me. It's going to give me the tools I need. It's going to give me the support, and it did. But it was like, I'm not going to be the one doing this video right now. Like that's not going to be me, like who knows? So yeah, I'd say do it and believe in yourself and don't let fear take control over you and get the best out of you, and just believe and tell yourself that you will get pregnant and do what Katie says. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Yay. Well, you're here and you're doing it. And it's so exciting. Yep. And I'm sure sometimes you still have to like pinch yourself to believe that
I do.
It's
every
like
day.
Real.
I'm like, now that I have a bump, I'm like, oh, like I look down like, oh yeah.
Now you can actually see it. And wait till you start like feeling the baby. That's even more amazing. So
yeah.
So awesome. I'm so excited for you guys and I can't wait to see a picture and to hear how amazing the delivery is going to be and all that. It's going to be so cool. So, and it will fly by too. Before you know it.
I was looking at the calendar today and I was like, ooh, got like 6 months, not even.
It literally flies by. So enjoy it, even though sometimes, pregnancy is not the easiest thing, but
it's definitely slowed me down, which is, I don't like.
That's what you need. So
but
listen to your body,
it's
listen
all worth
to the baby. Exactly. It totally is. So
Yeah.
Any last piece of advice or encouragement or anything?
Just, I don't know, like just believe in yourself. Like for me, I had to have that positive mindset and just do the steps, do what you have to do. I also like, after the whole cleanse and the program and stuff, keep up with it.
Mhm.
But, also like live a little and, I still cut back on drinking. Like I didn't do that as much. Especially around the time of ovulation. Um, just eating well and healthy, not binge eating or eating a lot of fast food or junk or anything
Mhm.
like that, processed foods. Also, I did a fertility tea during like the day 1 through 5, or 5 through 10, I think it was. I did a fertility tea, which I think helped too. So
Cool.
yeah,
It's a combination of all,
it is.
cleaning up the body and the mindset and stress, reducing that, like, and just even like you said, believing, because if you don't
Yeah.
believe it's never going to happen, then it's not. So you have to believe that it will. So,
Right.
yay.
That's what it was. So I did. I had to change my mindset on that. And that's definitely
Mhm.
what helped me.
Yep. So amazing. Yay. I'm so
Thank you,
excited for you
Katie.
guys.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
thank you very much, Sarah. And I can't wait to see pictures in June
Yeah.
and to hear how it goes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Katie.
Stop.